You picked a bad time to get lost, friend. You won't live to see tomorrow.
This ends now!
Just a scratch!
There's no escape!
This what you want, huh?
Show me what you got!
You won't live to see tomorrow. I'll try and make this quick. I can take it.
Don't like the looks of this.
What was that?
Now ain't this a surprise?
Die!
Show me what you got!
You're nothing! True Nords never back!
You'll be so much easier to roll
Down on
when
your
you're
corn.
dead.
Tell you what, you start running, so I can stab you in the back.
You breathed your last.
Come on, come on! It's nothing.
This will all be over soon.
You won't get the best of me!
Show me what you got!
Do your worst.
This ends now! You don't have a chance! You can't beat me! Show me what you got! You don't have a chance!
Easily blocked. Close.
I'll make you pay!
There's a lot of history in a place like that. I'll bet these walls could tell some amazing stories. I've got your back. Certainly. Let's get going then.
Over here! That the best you can do?
The ancient Nords were a savage people, but they built some remarkable crypts and temples. Thank you. Can I help you? I'll be sure to put it to good use. It's the least I can do. Let me know if you need anything.
Yes? How much? For that price? Sure.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend. Come back here. I knew I'd find you.
Leave here alive. Damn you!
End
Die
us
Lumberjack!
You're as good as dead.
I'll rip your heart out. Victory or Sovngarde!
Death awaits you.
Let's see what you've got.
No sign of him.
Retired someday.
Never should have come here.
No sign
That's
of
the
him.
last of them. You're mine.
I love a good fight.
No sign of him. What was that? No sign
That's
of him.
the last of them.
Huh?
I knew
Where are
I'd
you?
find you. No sign of him.
Mine.
Looky here. Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
I'll rip your heart out. Let's see what you've got. Victory or Sovngarde! Give up while you still can! Sure have mercy on you! Your lord never backed up!
You're spicy. Gonna split your belly like an old Don't stop! Please, you'll pay for that!
This ends
You won't
now.
get the best of me!
I'll see you.
Yes? The traveler came to this land not as a visitor or a pilgrim, but a prisoner bonded by fate. Yet he comes before me now as an arbiter, not just of his own fate, but the very world's. For when he speaks, the clouds part, the seas boil, and the earth trembles at his feet. Welcome to my humble abode, Dragonborn. How may I be of assistance? What you seek is knowledge, Dragonborn. You must first acquire knowledge before you can learn. You must first learn before you can understand. However, even when you achieve understanding, you have taken but the first step towards true wisdom. For wisdom comes not from understanding, but the challenging of its merits. Congeniality is a totem with many faces. There are those who use it to ingratiate, and those who employ it to master duplicity. It can be a show of kindness, a perfunctory gesture, or an admission of fear. But I digress. That is an answer you already know. To answer what you do not, my name is Zarlok. I once walked the path of the Greybeards, but now I follow my own. I have some knowledge of the Thum, but I am hardly a master. Only the Dragonborn has the innate ability to absorb the soul of a dragon, and with it, the essence of the Thum. It is a gift and a curse. For you have been granted power, but endured none of the training to achieve it. The body and the mind are inexorably linked. To train one is to train the other. To become strong is to appreciate the value of effort. It is that discipline one earns to gain the power that provides the wisdom to know when to use it. This is not to say you cannot train your mind to responsibly wield the body the divines have granted you. I suspect that is why they have brought you here, to gain what was lost. I trust you know of its weight, but are not yet capable of grasping the full extent of your actions. Few ever do. However, it is enough that you consider the repercussions of your choices, as that alone will guide you toward decisions that are righteous. A single point of contention, but a fundamental one. Greybeards insist on a path of non-violence. While ostensibly honorable, it is a path that defers the responsibility of higher thinking by adopting an easy absolute. I offered to share this sanctuary with them in peaceful coexistence. They chose death. The Greybeards will have you believe that the path to wisdom is one wrought through meditation and pacifism. Allow me to elucidate you on why they are mistaken. They will point to the fallacy of situational ethics. They may present an example of a monk who advocates violence and self-defense. However, in the fog of war, who can say what threats to one's safety are real or imagined? Yes, for it is when circumstances are difficult that we are most tempted, and when ethics become situational. The allure of self-preservation, the allure to save lives, the need to honor the gods, will lead men to perform heinous acts. All in the name of what is just and good. Yes, the philosophy the Greybeards have adopted is based on this principle. They insist the mortal mind is too weak to resist such temptation. Therefore, the only way to avoid the criminality of violence is to eliminate it. The conundrum such logic poses is twofold. First, it fails to recognize that mortals, through logic and discussion, are capable of finding solutions to complex dilemmas. Second, their philosophy assumes that personal morality absolves one from ethical responsibility. As the world cascades into war, the Greybeards stand aside, assuaged by the fact their own hands are clean. However, when it comes time for judgment, the Divines will punish us for all the good we did not do, and all the evil we ignored. Perhaps it is that very nature that makes you well equipped to haunt the world, Eater. However, while your lust for violence has purpose, so too will it give purpose to those who seek your death when the dragons are gone. True, the last few years were contentious, but it was not always so. Arngeir and I were once very close. That was when our skin was not so wrinkled, and our beards not so grey. We were but fledglings then, still learning the way of the voice. We would gather our own supplies from Iverstead, and make the trek back up the 7,000 steps. I still recall the last time we raced up those steps. It was at the dawn of first seed, a brisk spring morning. A simple race to the top. The loser would be responsible for the winner's chores. I was much swifter than he, and greedily accepted the challenge. Little did I know that he had spent a week mastering Wold, the first dragon word of Whirlwind's Sprint. By the time I reached the peak, he was ready with bucket and broom. Even then, my old friend opted for the path of least resistance. That fool of a cat still counting the steps. I had crossed paths with him not long ago, when Alduin woke from his slumber and I sought to convince Arngeir one last time of his folly. There is no resolution that will appease his soul, for his mind is already certain that it cannot be appeased. And may the Divines grant you the strength to vanquish evil, and the wisdom to recognize it.
Good afternoon. If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Yes? All right then.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire anyway?
I told you, it's the wedding of Vittoria Vici, an extremely well-connected merchant with the East Empire Company. The Emperor's cousin, remember? Hopefully these gifts will put us in her good graces, secure that import deal, and lead the way to an audience with the Emperor. Don't bother me, peasant. I've had a long journey and paid too much coin on these gifts to be late to Vittoria's wedding. Indeed, if we ever get there.
For the sons of Skyrim!
Last mistake. You've taken your last.
Damn you!
can just...
Yeah! Close.
Thank you.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them. How much? Nah, I don't think so. Fight, or die well.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. I've got this thing I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see. I've got a letter and a lot of gold. Something about it being your inheritance. Oh, and I'm really sorry for your loss. Looks like that's all. I have to leave.
I help you? Svanna, I heard that Sibby was put in jail. What happened?
They say... Well, they say he murdered someone. Something to do with Sweetie.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Sviddy in a while. Wait, he didn't.
No, it was Sweetie's brother, Wolfer. She's in hiding now. Somewhere far from here, I'd suspect.
If he wasn't a Black Briar, I'd march right over to the jail and teach Sibby some manners. Then I suppose I'd end up like Wolfer.
Maybe you can help me.
If you're ever in the market, I deal in specialty goods for Morrowind at one of the stands. Let me see that. Yes, this is it. I don't know how you found this, stranger, but you've obviously succeeded where I had failed. Please, let me offer you this key. It unlocks my strongbox under my stand in the marketplace. Help yourself to anything inside. Come back any time. My doors are always open.